Vocabulary and dictionary skills. One way to become a faster, more efficient reader is by mastering vocabulary and dictionary skills. Unfamiliar words are everywhere. One way to build your vocabulary is to use context clues. Context clues are the words and phrases in a sentence that help you figure out the meaning of an unfamiliar word. Context clues come in different forms. They can be synonyms or restatements of the unfamiliar word. They can be antonyms, words that are the opposite of the unfamiliar word. They can be examples or definitions. There are signals that help you identify context clues. When a context clue is a synonym or restatement, the signals are phrases like just as, that is, also known as, or, in other words, sometimes called. Here's an example. She is involved in commercial transactions. In other words, she handles all business transactions. When a context clue is an antonym, these signal words are common. But, in contrast, however, unlike, yet, instead of, rather than, or. Look at this example. He didn't request, but demanded that the matter be taken to the court. A context clue that is an example will have these signal phrases. For example, such as, to illustrate. Here, the signal phrase, such as, is used. Major contemporary composers, such as John Luther Adams and Unsuk Chin, have drawn inspiration from sources as wide-ranging as nature and house music. When the context clue is a definition, these signal words, is defined as, and means are common. When a word is followed by a definition, there is usually a comma after the word being defined, and then another comma following the definition. The word being defined might also be set in italics or boldface. This is the case in the example you see here. Hospice, a special hospital for people who are dying, addresses patients' pain management and symptom control needs. Most English words have more than one meaning. A dictionary makes it easy to find these multiple meanings by adding numbers in front of each meaning. This entry for sad indicates there are 3 definitions for the word. Look at these 2 images. Which image goes with each meaning? The first entry for each multiple meaning word indicates the most frequent use of the word. The numbers decrease with the frequency usage. In this entry, there's often an example provided for each meaning of the word. Many English words have Greek and Latin components to them. These are prefixes, roots, and suffixes. Prefixes come at the beginning of a word. Here are a few examples. Auto, self, autograph. Retro. Back, again. Redo. Trans, across, carry, transportation. Roots can come at the beginning, middle, or end of a word, like in these examples. Fract, frag, fray, break, fracture, frail. Loose, lum, lus, light, clear, illuminated. Vin, come, convention. Suffixes come at the end of a word. Look at these examples. Able, capable of, flexible. Ist, or, Ian, a person. Singer, actor. Logy, ology, study, psychology. Idioms are a difficult but often entertaining part of learning the English language. Idioms are a combination of words that are not easily understandable from the meaning of each word. Here we will focus on idioms that are phrasal verbs. Phrasal verbs can be separable or inseparable. Some are also intransitive. In most cases, you have to memorize which phrasal verbs belong in each group. If a phrasal verb is separable, the verb can be separated from the preposition by a noun or pronoun. For example, we can say, fill the form out or fill it out. Here are some common separable phrasal verbs. Break off, end abruptly. Keep up, continue. Point out, indicate. If a phrasal verb is inseparable, the verb cannot be separated from the preposition. For example, we can say, the thief broke into the house. We cannot say, the thief broke the house in two. Here are some common inseparable phrasal verbs. Get ahead of, surpass. See about, consider, arrange. Take after, resemble. The final category of phrasal verbs is intransitive phrasal verbs. These phrasal verbs cannot take a direct object. For example, we can say, she showed up 2 hours ago. We cannot say, she showed up the house 2 hours ago. Here is a list of common intransitive verbs. Back down, retreat from a position. Grow up, mature. Watch out, be careful,